Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? How are you guys doing today? Happy Monday, happy Monday. This is Gregory Wiles coming live to you from Houston, Texas with his inspirational morning talk. For first-time listeners, I'm on at 8:45 a.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's Central Time. That's our time here in Houston. You can calculate which time zone are you in. But I hope everyone had a great weekend and ready to take on this week, man. Just want to drop a little piece of nugget to brighten your day. Whenever you listen to this, good morning, Jillian. Good morning. How are you doing? Patricia, good morning. Blackman, good morning. How are you doing today? Hope all is well with you. Yes, guys. So I just wanna today I was listening to this guy Kevin Ewing over the weekend, and he had some, that's gotta feed my spirit too, and listen to good teaching, some teaching. And here he had one along these lines, but making these vain declarations, right? We declare a lot of stuff when we say a lot of stuff. We go to church and pastors got us repeating this: no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and all of these stuff we say and we do, which is all good and nice. God's got a lot of power in the tongue, but a lot of these scriptures, oh, Jillian, okay, I will. I didn't know the story. Jillian, put up on the screen here, please say a prayer for the 20 children who died in the fire last night in Guyana. I haven't even heard about the story. So I'll have to do a general prayer. Don't know all the details, but I probably just do a general prayer till I get more details about the incident, Jillian. I can go and look it up. I didn't hear anything about it. But yes, so it's nice that power's in the tongue. We making these declarations, but a lot of these declarations that we making in the scriptures that we quoting, it accompanied by an action, right? We got to do something to get them, right? We got to do something to get them, right? So I want to deal with a popular one that a lot of us quote. I use it a lot too. But you got to be willing to do the action. You just can't read it and then not do the action and think it's going to come true. And there's a lot of scriptures like that. I did a lot of teaching on that before, which scriptures is for restricted. Some it's just for everyone, and some got to qualify. Some you got to qualify faith due to your righteousness to get these promises. But a lot of time we go to church and people just, we use these scriptures, right? So, it's a doorman Mahdi. Okay, Jill, I'm going to look up the story and see and do a proper prayer so I know we're praying properly for it. But yes, so what I want to look at today is Deuteronomy 28, and it's 12 through about 14. Deuteronomy 28, 12 through 14, a popular one that we quote a lot, right? So here it is. This is Moses talking to the people before they go into the promised land, right? This is the blessings for obedience. This one is that Deuteronomy 28 is all about the blessing of obedience. I can take a little part of this here, right? It said, the Lord will open the heavens, the storehouses of his bounty, to send rain on your land in seasons and not to bless all the work of your hands. In seasons and to bless all the work of your hands. Let me read that again. This Deuteronomy 28, and I read from 12 through 14. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouses of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season and to bless all the work of your hands. You will lend to many nations, but you will not borrow from none. You remember, I'll be a lender, not a borrower. The stuff we like quote, I'll be a lender, not a borrower, right? So let's go on and see what it said. So you will lend to many nations, but will not borrow from none. The Lord will make you the head, not the tail. Remember, that's the next one we quote. The Lord will make you the head and not the tail. I'll be a lender, not a borrower. Okay. But here what does he say he's going to do that, right? He said he's going to do this. This is the promises he's making, but it comes with a if. If is not just an open promise. Let's read it again. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouses of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season and to bless all the work of your hands. So he said the Lord is going to send rain on your crops, in a nutshell. Because farming was a big thing for the people back then, right? Farming, still today, but farming was a big deal for them. And you have to get a rain in the right season and all that. If rain don't come in the right season, mess up your whole crop. It could be cause famine and all of that. So he's saying the Lord can always send rain in this season to make your crops flourish. So you will have a lot, right? You'll have a lot. So send rain in the season and bless all the work of your hand. You will lend to many nations, but will borrow from none. He said you don't got so much of abundance of crop. You can be able to lend to people. So you won't have the need to borrow anything, because the Lord can bless you so much. He's sending the rain. He's taking care of the grass so the cattle can eat. So not only your plants can grow in, that your cattle can got enough food to eat. So you can got so much abundance and supplies. You can be lending to people. You won't have the need to borrow anything, right? That's what he's saying, which is a good thing, right? You will lend to many, but you will borrow from none. The Lord will make you the head and not the tail. So he can make you the head and not the tail, because people got it coming from you to borrow. You're going to be the head. Everybody can be seeking you to get stuff right from you. It's head and not the tail. But if you pay attention to the commands of the Lord God, that I give you this day, and carefully follow them, you will always be at the top and never the bottom. Okay, remember we put all this together, right? He's saying, but if you follow the commands, so if you're not following the commands, don't be quoting this thing saying I'm the head and not the tail, I'm a borrower, not a lender, and I'll be the top and not the bottom, I'll be above only and not beneath. You could quote that just in vain. You won't get no results, because he said he's going to do all of this for them if they follow the commands. Remember, 28 is about the blessings for obedience. He said, if you follow my commands, you will get these promises. So next time people quoting these scriptures, said, are you following God's commands to get the results? Or even if you think about quoting it, you got to make sure, okay, if I want the results of this, that you bless all the work of my hands, and I'm a lender, not a borrower, I can be above only, not beneath, at the top and not the bottom, am I willing to follow his commands? Am I willing to follow his commands and do the things that he said to do, right? And then they will be at the top and never the bottom. Do not turn aside from any of these commands I give you today, to the right or to the left, following other gods and serving them, right? So he's saying, if you follow my commands, don't worship no other God, you forgive, you do all of these stuff I'm telling you, then I will open these promises to you, right? So let me read it all over again. Let me read it over again. This is Deuteronomy 28, and I read from 12 and 14. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season and to bless all the work of your hands. You will lend to many nations, but will not borrow from none. The Lord will make you the head, not the tail. If you pay attention to the commands of the Lord your God that I gave you this day, and declare and carefully follow them, you will always be at the top, never at the bottom. Do not turn aside from the commands I give you today, to the right or to the left, following other gods and serving them, guys. So I just want to say there's a lot, and maybe if God leads me, I'm going to go through some more. There's a lot, right, that you got to qualify faith. And a lot of time we grow up and people, Marcy Wells, good morning. Beverly Gomes, good morning. How are you guys doing today? Right? So a lot of time we quote these stuff, but we don't see what's the requirements of them. We got to see what's the requirements of them before we quote all these promises. I'm the head and not the tail. I'm above only, not beneath. I'm the top and not the bottom. We got to see what's the requirements of them, right? Before we get those results and those promises. Because lots of times you say, oh, God, this thing ain't working, But we got to do what it takes. Because here we're in James 1, 22 through 26 say. Here we're James 1, 22 through 26 say. It said, do not merely listen to the words Do not merely listen to the word and deceive yourself. He said, do not only listen and say this stuff, because you're deceiving yourself. You're deceiving yourself if you just listen to them, right? Do what it says, right? He said you gotta be doers of the word and not only hearers of it, right? Do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in the mirror and after looking at himself goes away immediately, forget what he looks like. He said, like, you look your face in the mirror and then you forget what you look like. You can't even recognize your own self. That's how he put it. If you just listen to the word and not doing it, right? Look at himself, goes away, and immediately forget what he looks like. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in what they do. So he said, if you follow these rules and do what it says to get these promises, he said, you are going to get them, guys. You're going to get them, right? So I just want to left a little nugget. Next time we're reading these declarations that we're making, look and see what's the qualification of them. Look and see what's the qualification of them. Do I qualify for this? Do I quote it when people quoting it all, just saying, do you really qualify for that? What you're saying, you're going to be the head and not the tail. What it takes to be the head and not the tail, and the lender, not a borrower, and being above only and not beneath, and being the top and not the bottom. What it takes to do that. Next time somebody quoting, and see if they read this entirety or they're just hearing a pastor just saying this and they're just quoting it because it sounds good, right? You say he'll do all of that, but if you're following his laws, if you're following his laws, he's going to open up his storehouse, bless all the stuff in your hand, right? And as James saying, telling us here, we got to be doers of the word and not only hearers of the word, guys. I'm not going to go on long today. But I just want to say, I can go, guys, and update myself on that situation, Jillian, what happened in Guyana with the fire. I like to get some knowledge of the situation before I really pray about it, so I'm praying for the right things. But yes, that is sad. I'm going to go and get the relevant information right now and see what happened. And I promise you, I will see, I will pray about it, right? But I don't want to pray and not knowing the details and how I'm praying. But I'll go and look into that right now, guys. So, guys, have a great, great day, and we'll talk again on Wednesday. All right, bye. Terry Pilgrim, thanks for joining us, man. You could go back and listen to it. All right, goodbye.